Hello. Good afternoon from a very warm Hill, England. I have my aircon on, which doesn't look like it's being picked up ambiently, but you might be able to hear it in the background when I'm talking, so apologies if that's the case. Yes, welcome. Welcome if you are viewing on Twitch, because this is my first proper Twitch stream. I've got my coffee, I've got a snack, I've got some cake. And it is very nice. Honey and orange. Not good. So excuse me if it sounds like my face is full of cake at times, because it is. But let's get solving. So, we have a new rule today. We've had mingle before, but now we have match. All regions must have the same shape.
Come on, every pony, let's party!
This music does not seem to match what the widget says. I'm gonna have a quick check of that, because I'm confused. No, that is correct. Okay.
To boldly go
Some
where no one has gone before.
I don't remember ponies being in Golden Sun. Anyway, right. Let's go. So, this sets the shape for the whole grid, which is quite nice. So it means everything is going to be a little one of these. So you can start just sort of going around. Putting things in wherever they fit. It's nice and easy. You have to excuse me if I'm maybe a little bit quiet at times. Still new to streaming on 2 platforms, so just checking that everything appears to be working fine. So, if I'm quiet, that's probably what it is. Or it's the cake. It looks like a weird elephant. Okay, so that's interesting. All regions must be one of these shapes, but all regions must have the same shape. That's very odd. So we basically just got to deduce which of these shapes must fit in this grid. So I feel like this little bit here is probably the most limiting. Because it's sort of like, well, if it's a T, now blocking stuff up, it's going to be this W. Hello, Okita. More puzzles indeed. Puzzles, a nice iced coffee, sort of iced coffee, and cake. Trying to keep as cool as I can. Hello, Ken. Cake, yes. This is a really nice cake. It's honey and orange. Very good. Right. So we know we've got this little W shape that's going to be going around. Cookies? Cookies and cake? I don't have any cookies. I'm sorry. Just the cake. You can have your own cookies, though. Don't let me stop you on cookies. Okay. All regions must be full and match. So... well, that looks like that is going to be what it is. I don't think... yeah, this has to be something that doesn't work. So they're all just longs. There we go. Everything is long. Sorry again, I'm just checking my stats and things. Everything's still seeming to be stable. Okay. I like this little one tucked. Let's do this. 3 and matching. So, well, we can't have just 3 lots, so they do need to be little L shapes. So. Cake. Oh, match and rose windows. Okay, this is going to be like a rotationally symmetrical, I feel. Right? No. Could be like that. That doesn't work. I mean, it can't be straight up actually symmetrical, right? Because of, like, this. Like, that could in theory be purple. Doesn't have to be. I mean, even this. But it doesn't make sense. So maybe I need to get my notes out. The fish is stumping me a little bit. So if it's rotationally symmetrical, I mean, can it ever breach the midway? So maybe it's something like that. That takes that. This takes these four. No, that doesn't even work. So those four. Let's clear my notes. Those four and those four feel like they go together, which means you have it rotationally symmetrical, like so. This needs to pick up the blue, so that means that has to take that. Yes, and then we do a little thing like that. Okay, cool, we've got it. Like that, and then this fills in the rest. There we go. Like, that was one of those ones where I could make sense of how it was meant to come together. It's just the exact bits that were a little bit trickier. Oh. So how is this gonna work? Thanks, Okita. Oh, hey, we've got some Splatoon music. Or Splatoon remix. Yeah, exactly. Okay. It's this little extension bit on this one that's throwing me. Oops. There's gonna be... That's... Yeah. Because I feel like you have these two circles that both need to somehow be able to stretch across 4, just because of, like, the positions. So that feels like my first starting point. As it stands at the moment, they're sort of flipped. I suppose it could go that way. And then if I do that, that's those two. Fill in that, and that, and that, and that. Yeah, there we go. hopefully I won't get like a... I mean, not that it matters for me at the moment. I'm not earning from this, but... in theory, this music should be, like, fair use or whatever. And that's the reason I use it. It's licensed for being able to stream. It's free use. But because it's a Nintendo remix, we all know what Nintendo's like. So... they may be like, hey now. But like I say, I'm not earning, so it doesn't matter. Still annoying if it does happen. Oh, we've got another one to deduce. Yeah, they are. Like, wait, no, it's not. It's not yours. I made this. Yeah. Well, okay, we can immediately get rid of this one. Suppose we could have this big T. And then... no, that's going to be really hard to translate. So it's not the big T. It's also probably not going to be that big L, but maybe it could be. Oh, you know what? It could be. It's the big L. Yeah. Nice. I see you hiding behind this pillar. Well, we're not going to have it before long again. That's not going to happen. How about... oh, it could be an L, potentially. But I think some of this becomes a little bit tricky to fill in, if that's the case. Namely this. It could be like an S? No, it's not an S. T also feels unlikely, but yeah, I think that's possible. Oh, it could be that, actually. Yeah, and then no, this still doesn't feel quite right. It's definitely this little bit at the bottom that's thrown. Anything I've not tried? Oh, I've not tried that, actually. Yeah, there we go. Okay, it was a T. I just didn't quite have the right orientation on it. Just tweaking or something. Hopefully things will be okay. But let me know if everything's broken. Because hopefully it's not. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think we should be alright. But again, let me know if things start to look like they are, you know. It's 4 over there, I don't want to do that. Not yet. 4, 4, 2, 2. Let's do the middle. Ooh, interesting shape. I mean, it could be, right? Oh, not quite. We break down there. I feel like it's going to be S's for some reason. You know, something about it just feels S-y. Told you. I knew it. Match window. Restart. Oh, not stopping there. Oh yeah, that's the previous area, the what's it called? Area number. Area. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. 11. Well, I assume we're working with 22s here. And it sort of feels like it's going to be... Oops. Something like that, right? Not quite there. Something like that instead. Heal. No. Okay, well, let's see. We obviously have these little bits like so. So dimensions are we working with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is a 4 by 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, I think it probably was right. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Right. And then this is going to sort of determine. So I've got these bits that fill in like that. And then it can't go square. Just go up, which means that goes up. There we go. Do my notes. Another weird shape. Okay. Well, we've got some bits that we can grow. And then, like, you need to be splitting things down, so you could sort of make assumptions. So like this green will have to extend to this corner. This blue is going to take up this little bit. It's probably also going to take this little bit. And green will take this bit. And then now you can sort of see the shapes that are similar. So you've got this L here. You've got this sort of squiggly bit there. But they are rotationally different, I think. So I don't know, there's got to be, I mean, there's one difference in them at the moment. 9 and 10, so this is missing one. It's probably that. Sometimes it's just like, it's the obvious, just because it feels right. It's prettier, I guess. You know? Hang on, I wanna... So, okay, yeah, I think I see it. So this bit is here. And it's sort of, it's not just rotated 90 degrees. It's also then flipped or mirrored. Yeah, okay. Let's do these ones. Ooh. We've got 3 regions. Oh, I'm still on notes. No. Now, see, this reminds me of one of the really early puzzles, actually. Where there was sort of like these hook shapes going around the holes of these donuts. And it just makes me think it's going to be something like that. I don't know if it will be. It probably won't be, because we end up with probably like something that is not going to work. It's like, sure, I could make... Oh, no, yeah. No, it is sort of... No, it's not hooks. It's just a donut with a nubbin. P's, 9s, Q's, A's, B's. All of those different shapes. This is lovely. A lovely version. Oh, Okay, so we have 4 separate regions on this one. They'll all have to be the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So something is telling me that this is going to be like rotationally symmetrical, sort of like this. So you sort of have these regions that start in the corner and sort of branch out. But I've got this there to contend with, which this bottom right will have to get to. And that's sort of the only way it can do that. And in fact, that's the only way it can go for a while, because it's already got a red and a blue. So we can at least do that. Walls it. But if it does finish up doing this shape, right? Yeah, it sort of breaks down, I feel. So, okay, let's ignore that for now, but we do have a little bit of something we can go off. Like, that's quite a large amount of one shape to have. This red area, I think, is going to have to take this bottom left corner. Because, yeah, if it tries to take anything else, it's locking stuff away. Or making an invalid match region. And then, like, we could be like, hey, this is a... Oh, that could be the case. It's just like a straight down the middle reflection. That's right. Okay, so welcome back. I don't blame you. If you need to go and sit in the fridge for a while, go ahead. Be my guest. You have no obligation to stay. A bit mean for you to be like, no, you must stay prisoner. So yeah, I'm thinking it's a sort of like this, and then we take these extra bits. Yeah. More weird lizards. Big eye. It's already got an eye. Have like weird interlocking spikes down their backs. Ooh. Yeah, going a bit wonky on this side. I'll do. Silly little things. Another one complete. And a silvered window to the gold. Ooh, look at this. Well, notes again. Got these two that are another two regions. And are these gonna like take the other two, I assume? Maybe the other way? And then this would have to take that. But that does not leave enough room. Okay, no, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's start over. So one of these red circles in the bottom corner. I'm gonna be taking one of them. And like this makes you think that it would just take this red circle straight away. But that feels too obvious, right? And then like it would take this one or something. Because this would take that. Which then means, I suppose you've got these two areas which have to do the same in a way. Okay, yeah, I think we've got something here. Orange like that, blue like that. Clear the notes, and then we just need to sort of make sure we are all picking up the right pieces. So we get like a little flick off the end of everything here. Get this little bump. And then this little thing. Got a nice little interlocking teeth. Okay, any more? Yeah, there's one more white pillar here. So this gives us a few options down in the bottom right. Could just be 3 along. Feels unlikely to me. Could be that. And you should have sort of these shapes going around. Which feels more likely to me. Because otherwise you end up with, yeah, sort of awkward spots that you cannot complete. But there is actually one more option, which is that. But no, that breaks there. So it's not this. Okay. So, yeah, I think it is just these ones, these shapes, which I'm gonna have to try and figure out how they tessellate. They tessellate like that. 5, 7 more to guild. But there's 7 more puzzles. I don't know. 3. Could be an S or an O. S is not going to fit in this little bit at the bottom. It's going to have to be an L. There we go. And 1 minute. It's not that this music is bad, but like it feels a little bit raspy, and it's like on the edge of what is it? Titanic music with the recorder. Crappy Titanic music. That's what it reminds me of. I know that sounds disrespectful, but I don't mean it like that. Okay, all regions of 5. I mean, could it just be a bunch of... Yes. There you go. Easy enough. 4, 3. Let's do the 3, I guess. 8. And we're working with 32, so we've got 4. Is that 9? That is 9. Okay. It's a worm. Well, these are going to have to be 2 different shapes, but it's probably not going to be... I feel like this is going to move to here. So I've got nothing to prove that, but it just feels right. That doesn't work like that. Huh? So it would need something extra. Okay, what are we actually... What grid size are we working with? How about that? So, including the little nub, I suppose, might as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then down we've got 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. Only 7 down. I don't know if that actually tells me anything. It means there's not an even order left to right, or yeah, left to right. There will be some sort of kinkiness to it. So maybe that could be a way of looking at it. Trying to split it in half. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 at the bottom. And then oh. I just whipped into that one. I'm sorry, yeah, that did not intend to solve that then at all. I was just sort of trying to untangle my brain. There you go. Some of these are getting really tricky now. So we've got 45. Each region's going to be 15. How many is that? 10. This feels sort of right. I don't know why. So, I mean, sort of, but not quite the same. Although I am missing one from this. But you have like 2x2, 2x2. A little nub that sticks off. Like that is symmetrical there. And then this nub at the bottom. Another 2x2, so this I'm missing. There we go. And then this one is rotated, I guess. No. Rotated and flipped. Otherwise it wouldn't, shape wouldn't fit. It'd be facing the other way. Anyway. More deductions. Well, hang on, I can immediately rule out. Okay. So 42. Let me get the calculator. Right, so we are working with 42. We divide that by 3, we've got 14. Oh, it's gonna work, isn't it? Oh no, it can't divide by 4. So it's not yes. So it's either the L or the I, the little I. And like it feels like it would fall apart pretty quickly. Yep. it beat me to it. Okay. So it does fall apart pretty quickly with the 2s, so it is a 3. So we can start doing stuff down here. There's probably a way that this is definitely constructed, but I'm just going to take those 2. Just start putting stuff in. That doesn't work. It's not working yet. This has to be one of those 2, right? Because whatever's here can't have that because that doesn't work. Can't have that because then it blocks it off. So it does always take that. Those 2. I think I can look at this one. So if that's not part of the yellow, it has to do that, which then locks the yellow off. So there we go. That gives us that. Oh. Oh no, I have done something. Maybe it's not these L's. Maybe it is the 2s. Damn it. This... Yeah, 42 divided by 4, 10 and a half. Right, that is easy math, so I just didn't process it while I was thinking. Okay. So... yeah, it'll have to be like this. Okay. Okay. I'm back. There we go. So that's definitely there. It's going to be the same here. Call those separate. Yeah. You can probably actually... yeah, we have to say that this goes up. And then I think that probably, yeah, finishes it off like that. Okay. 2 regions. 42, so 21 each. So they No, they're not quite the same, actually, are they? It's a little extra. But maybe that is a good place to start. Oh, actually, yeah. And then it's going to be mirrored. So, right up, left. Oh no. Up, can't go up. Left, up. Yeah. Well, this hole seems like a pretty telling spot somehow, because that hole doesn't exist on the other side, so you're not surrounded. So there is a break somewhere. And it's probably going to be Is this gonna work? Tempted to say no, unfortunately. Because 1, 2, 2. But yeah, we've got this bit that just doesn't fit now. Maybe we can measure something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go 5 wide. And this bit's 5, I suppose. That's 5 and that's 5. Is that something to start with? I don't think so. Because there's now this sort of straight line. Maybe that is my point to look at, actually. This straight line, like everything else, is all zigzaggy, right? But this bit here are too long. So could that be the breaking point? Hang on, so that's the same at the moment. And this is where this, I think, now comes in. Because this is here. Which makes me think this green area does not take this one. So otherwise it would have to take, the purple would have to take the square that does not exist. So that means that's purple somehow. It doesn't work. Everything entered correct so far though, so. What about if I start from the other end of this now then? Then, yeah, okay, so that works. That's okay. I think we're on the right track with this. But I think I'm still a bit stumped on where is where. So it sort of feels like got this going, and that's fine. Then if we go this way, it's this way. And then we don't want to go up. We go up there. And that puts this red in now an awkward position. So if instead of that, we do this, have a little S like so, that's looking all right. Okay. Okay, we're getting there. Have this T now. We have the next T. And then down, right. Okay. Up. There we go. Oh. That felt a little tricky. Again, sort of one that is like you see how it should go together somehow. Let's do this hidden one. Okay. I'm thinking this is a clever one. And I'm wondering if anyone's going to be able to see it first before I do it. We only have one rule. All regions must have the same shape. Any guesses on one shape that's going to be? I think I know. Slow. Ah, no. It created this one improperly. Yeah, there you go. A little, That's a sneaky one. And that's gilded as... Yeah. Because I bet you could spend ages trying to figure out, like, a shape that fits in there. And you'd, like, just completely melt your brain. Going, why do none of these shapes work? Okay, another tricky big rose window one. How many we working with? 42. 42 divided by 3. What the heck is that? What even? Okay. So 14. 14 large. And this yellow is probably the most restricted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It could at most get 10 from below it, so it needs to go up. Whoops. Yeah. Those are notes. So I can probably use the same logic for this one as well, actually. So now that's also 10. Yeah, it's an 11 and a 12 from here. But the only way it can get any more is through here, so that's 13. It goes up there. And again, I can use the same logic for this one, right? But 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Has to take all of them. So we've got a little something we're working with now. We can also say actually that those two are taken by that. So there will be a little 2x2 somewhere. Could be down here. Now, it's unlikely that this takes all of this. But I suppose it's not impossible. That's 14, 9. How is this looking? That little itch there, I think breaks it. Hmm. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What about dimensions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Neither of which are divisible by 3. But I don't think that really tells us anything. Yeah. What about if I start putting in the shape bit here? Connect to the pink, be through those two. But then this now can't. Well, it could take this one. It can't take that one because that goes into the yellow. But then you've sort of got to figure out how this yellow fits in. Maybe like that, and then no, because that can't extend off the back here. Like that does work so far. I check progress, but yeah, well, at least one mistake. Figured. But that is all correct. Well, actually, so if we know it's not those two, because there's no way to actually fit that in here, it needs to at least take one. Does that still work? Still doesn't work because of the yellow. Let me take one away. This can't go up anymore. Because the one that you gained has to go this way. That goes that way. Can't go down, so now the yellow goes up here. This one is ambiguous at the moment. only got one more on each of them, which could be any of those four. Oops, those four. Let's put notes in. So it could be that one. It could be that one. Could be that one. Could be that one. No, it can't be that one. It's that one. That one. Or that one. So now, I guess we can avoid all of those with the colouring of the yellow. And then I guess we can try and patch it up with the shapes that we need to have. So we know we need 2 2x2s somewhere, sort of staggered. And I think the only way I can fit them in is one here and one here. Which, if it's mirrored, I think does make sense. Yeah, okay. So we've got that one there and that one there. And then that connects up with that. Yeah. Okay. Then I think it's just this last tricky puzzle for the area. It's quite a small area, which is quite nice. Oh, that is a lot of areas. Okay. So how many circles do we actually have? Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 20, 24. Or FTL. Nice. So 24. We've got 24 regions, and we are working with. Oh, it's wiggly when it's big. We were 168. So 168 divided by 24 is what we want to get. Seven. So each region size needs to be 7. Start with getting everything given a little outline. And then this spot over on the left is where I want to start. So that gives us a square, a very nice square that is going to be very good to have to try and fit into everywhere. Because now there's sort of probably some that are going to be quite limited on that. And my first sign is like here or here. There's also potentially spots where it's like, well, how many circles, how many of these rose windows can actually get to them? So, like on the far right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That does work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only just. That's 6. So, like, you do have 4 contenders. think actually with how a lot of these circles are placed, that is going to be the case. But let's look at this circle next to what we've already put in. Square above it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it could get to there, but then it doesn't have enough to make it square, right? So it can't be that. It's not that, which means it wouldn't be any of these either. So the only other option is going to be this one. But that is 6. And that's the only way it can get there without cutting it off. Cutting off the other circle. So that is also not going to be going there. Just again, it also can't make the square now. To cut it off, it would all just not work. So those two are the same region. We don't know if it's the square part of it. Have you just taken a peek at what we're dealing with? Well, this is a difficulty 6 bar. Like this is the challenge of the area. So, you know, it's really flexing our skills now. Someone has sneaked in while I've been playing and delivered me a cup of tea. And I feel like they might be watching now, waiting until I realized. Thank you for my tea if you are watching. I did not notice them coming at all. They might not be watching, but it just feels like they could be, you know? Yeah, very. Like, I've got the aircon going and my headphones on, so, like, there's noise, but, like, and I expect to see them still in my peripheral. Oh well. I'm used to the cat being a ninja. Okay. Well, I've got fuel to keep me going then. Let's see if we can't finish this puzzle, and then we'll probably leave it at that for the day. But this is a tricky one, so we've probably got a lot ahead of us. I feel like there could be something that I am just missing as well. I mean, maybe. Okay. Theory time. Let's look at this. How far can this shape now go? Because that will give us, like, dimensions of the shapes that we're working with. So we've already used 4, which is quite a lot when we're only working with 7, right? So 4, 5, 6. Can't go to the right one. So 7, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. And I suppose 5, 6, 7. Plus many sort of permutations. But that is like the range of what we're dealing with. So it's only ever for any corner is only ever 4 away from any other corner, if that makes sense. So now that means we can say with, like, say what we were doing earlier on the right hand side here, now we're even more limited on what we can get. So this 1, 2, 3, 4 can reach up there. One, 2, 3, 4. That can still reach up there. So maybe I'm not quite so limited. Okay, well, hang on. We outline. What we're working with. What's that, right? So this is the extent. One thing I can say is it's not these 3 that it takes. So let's say it takes those 3, and it's this weird, I don't know what to call that shape. Reminds me of the S's that we used to draw. Summers loops, as they've been called in Satisfactory. It's close enough, right? Right? You see it? Anyway. It can't be that, because, like, you have these... This one in particular, that cannot make that shape in any way. Like, it's got this single. So you need... like a 1 wide at some point. So does that help us at all? Does that give us any more information? Possibly not entirely. Though, looking back over on this right hand side, sorry, Summers Loop. I have things I can do with this, and I should have seen it sooner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, not quite. Okay. I was hoping that that would give me 6, and I could say that it would escape out the right hit, but it does not. Not escape out the right. So, but this shape isn't possible, right? Based on what we've got down here. There is no way to construct a 3x3 with a 1. We've only got a 2x2. 3 to spare, which it does not fit. So, based on that logic, we can say it comes out to the right at least 1. And does that actually give us anything? Well, it continues. If it doesn't go up at all, I think it would have to be that shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So does this fit anywhere? Sort of. What's it called? It's like a musical note. You have something like that. Quaver? I don't know. I'm not good at my music terminology, but it reminds me of that anyway. Anyway, so if it's that, does that fit over here? The answer is yes in a couple of ways. Ooh. Ooh. Hang on. I do think all 4 of those are always going to be connected. So I think if you split them, then this top bit can no longer get a 2x2 powered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You've got 1 extra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, yes. These are always connected. Okay, that's something a bit more to go on. Now, these 2 red circles are the only contenders for that, which the only way they could be connected is like that. So it is this sort of weird quaver shape, or whatever musical note that is. So that gives us something more to work with on the left here. So we are either looking at that down to there, or that over to there. So we have our shape, which is actually quite useful. Because now we know exactly what we're constructing. We can start trying to now transplant this into places where it is only going to fit. So, where are some spots that are limited? A shape like that. Well, actually, this spot. This has to go up. That does go up to there. Because now this is a weird sort of... Like, the way this attaches now does not work. They are no longer the same shape. So, there we go. There is our first shape. I'm not sure how long this puzzle has been going, but yeah, we've got it. So, that makes me think I've got something up here that I can do something with. Because I want to say that is a 2x2 there. Because I don't know how it would work otherwise. You could have that, but then it just doesn't work anymore up here. So we can say that is a 2x2. Is this going to be a 2x2? Probably, because otherwise we can't manage to fit in the right way. So that would be a 2x2. So yeah, there's nothing, no other circles that can get here. We're working with this 4x2 shape now. 4x3, I suppose, actually, but yeah. Nothing is 4 tiles away from this other than that. So that is sort of our new limiting factor. And yeah, this can't come out the bottom. So we'll have to go up like so. And then this is the only way that can fit in now. So, okay. That can only fit in there now, so we're getting on a roll now. We've got something and it's working. This could go up or down. But there is a wall there. This is going to be a 2x2 and that's going to be a 2x2. And, well, this can't go down, so otherwise it connects with a circle. This bit all here rather tricky. So just realized I can probably do this bit over here, but let's not get too flicky between one side and the other. I can... This bit is causing me a little bit of concern. Yeah, no, I'm... this is making me anxious, so I'm going to check progress just to make sure. There is one mistake. God damn it. Okay, so is it that? No. What about that? Okay. So, was this one? Okay. So I'm not massively far behind. It is a tricky one. But there's just enough there, right? Just enough there for you to start to figure out how the clues all come together. Give you that break-in, and then from that break-in, it's just a matter of following it through, you know? The biggest mistake you can make, though, with that following through is making too many assumptions, which is what I just did, right? I was just like, this is a 2x2 area because it has to be that whatever reason was in my bread, but we know that's not true. So yeah, it feels like I have to disprove this somehow, right? And I think this is maybe doing it. Because it sort of gets too much pressure put on it, which then makes other bits impossible. So that does work. And that is the current. I don't like relying on the check progress too much, but like I wanna respect your time as much as my own. So it's sort of like a sanity check, you know? That's not gonna be a hook there. So maybe that's something that I could like try and be referring to. So we've got a hook and we've got a square. It is, but I'm getting there. I think I've almost cracked it, you know? Because I've managed to get so much. And it's just sort of tessellation at this point. And there might be a little bit of rejigging to be done at times. But there's just some tricky bits. So I think I'm gonna throw my attention to the other side, because what I was saying earlier was this red circle here. It can't go down. Well, I mean, it can go down. But it can't go down to make the square somewhere else, because it either faces the wrong way or it's picking up a circle. So that actually now forces this blue to its position, which then does give us that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And I don't want to make the same mistake here. It sort of could do that. But could it be something else? Actually, that could have been useful sooner. A little miffed that I've only just seen it now. So we've got this elongated S that runs through it. And then you have this extra cube that sits on one side or the other. So I probably will find it easier to try and place that S in places than trying to figure out where the square or the hook goes, because then I'm working with a lot more, right? And there's yeah, I think it's a lot trickier to try and figure out, well, sorry, a lot easier to try and figure out where these bits go. To kind of alter my colouring, but it's all feeling a bit wrong at the moment. Yeah, I think that's definitely a bit more fruitful. And then, yeah, it gives you these bits that, why can you, there we go. Couldn't grab the edge. No, that's not right. It's not right. Yeah. Is that right? No. Okay, okay. Can't go that way. Can't go that way. But there's one mistake. So, does it go that way? Yeah, it could go that way. Which then does kind of mean you have a, yeah, so we've got that is definite. See, again, I sort of put myself into a bit of a pitfall there because of my assumption. I'm bad at that. Very bad. It's like I made the right assumption but applied it incorrectly. Maybe that's the way to look at it. Anyway. So, this is either that or that. I mean, I kind of know which way already now, but... what I think it does give us is confirmation that this needs to be a 2x2. Because if it's not, you have this bit that just does not work. Now I suppose we've got this. So that's the only place an L can go there, I think. Not going to make the same mistake, but... pretty confident in that. So then just trickle down to there. This now has to be a 2x2. I think same is going to be true here. Puts this in a bit of a awkward position. Go. Okay. This is looking right. Oh no, it can't be that because it doesn't get a circle, so it is that. Can't go up, so it has to go that way. No, I think there's something wrong. Yes, there is. Yeah, damn it. What is wrong? There's something at the bottom here. Yeah. This? Okay. But that was great. So that goes. Yeah, so this is all right up to here. Yeah, okay. Go there. Go there. Yeah. Go that way. Here we go. Almost done. Last two. And completed. We got there. Eventually. On the 2-hour dot though, so that's quite good. Yeah. There we go. So that is. I really hope. That's one thing I do have an issue with. Doesn't tell you. Oh, it's just that's not a nightmare puzzle. That was tame comparatively, I'm sure. Like, let's go back. Where was some of the? Had a really tricky one somewhere. 7. I mean, it looks simple now that I completed it. So maybe that's a bad example, but yeah, there are definitely some. This one was tricky. I remember this one being really tough. But yes, wasn't easy. Give you that. Okie dokie then. Yeah, I think I was saying something about the windows. Yeah, so the windows, they don't tell you when you've actually completed an area 100%. Which I wish it did. Okay. Well, that did take me a little bit longer than I was expecting, I'll be honest. I was thinking that we could maybe, like, do some of these puzzles. But that's fine. Okie dokie, thanks for joining. Take care. Just doing my sign off now anyway, so. You're welcome, thanks for joining. Enjoy your dinner. So, next week we have
This is Final Fantasy.
either hobbit holes or like this little sort of campsite, I guess. Should we look at the rules and see? So we have minimum. Okay, all regions have an area of at least 3. Or mismatch. All regions must have different ships. Okay, so that right. We had Mingle, which was just connecting, needed to be different.
Final Fantasy
Altogether, a lot. there's a lot more. We're going to be playing this for a while. How long? I don't know. Let me see if there is anything on. I feel like they say over 1,000 puzzles. I'm not seeing it anywhere. I'm sure they have said somewhere, and I think it is in the region of over 1,000. So, and we are up to. Let's go back to the main menu. 363. So we're about a third of the way there. And this is what? Stream 10. So, in theory, we've got another 20 streams. If you go by that maths. So, you know, this will keep me busy. But, because I know this isn't everyone's cup of tea, I do now have plans for my Friday stream. So, I'll be throwing that up later. And we'll be getting another game on Fridays. Okay, so anyway, with that, we'll leave it there. So thank you everyone for joining. And well, yeah, be back next week. Well, no, back on Friday, hopefully. This Friday, unless anything comes up. Thank you for joining. Have a lovely rest of your day. See you later.